Hello, viewers. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And in this episode, we need to take a look on dictatorship in the nation of Zimbabwe and how possible for us to deal with this dictatorship. How best can we handle dictatorship in the nation of Zimbabwe? What needs to be done? Remember that we are in a period where Zimbabweans need to make decisions. But one of the most important strategy is for the people to be united. Once the people get united, once the people speak with one voice, once the people send the same signal and the same message, dictators start to fall. And Zimbabwe is not an exception to that. So it's very important for us to closely take a look onto this matter step by step so that we understand what needs to be done in the nation of Zimbabwe. The major question is how best Zimbabwe can deal with dictatorship. What is the way forward from dictatorship to democracy? And let us delve into important matters. What is the role of a dictator? The dictators, they form a government which is characterized by the rule of one person or a small group, and they have no checks, they have no balances on their power. While portrayed to their people as benevolent, loving rulers, dictators typically come to power simply to benefit themselves. Very important key points right here, which we need to take a look. Number one, this is about one person. If you listen to what is happening in Zimbabwe, it's Idipe, Mwanangu, Monweze, Idipe. It doesn't matter who he is coming with. The focus is on it fair. They don't care if he is coming with Nikompums. They don't care if he's coming with baboons. They don't care if he's coming with thieves. What they care about is him fair. Secondly, take a look on a group of people, a very small group of people who is around him. The Mchangwas, the Kazembes, the Ziyambis. These are the people who are calling shots, doing everything. And these people have no checks and balances on their power. They do as they please. They go to the judiciary, capture the judiciary, tell the judiciary what to do. So it's no longer about what the constitution say, because constitutionalism is whereby we are using the laws created and voted for by the people through a referendum to govern ourselves. These are the laws we have agreed to, all of us. But when dictators come, they take that constitution, they take only a few parts which satisfy them, they throw all other parts away. And that is how they create dictatorship. They do what is called rule of the fist, which means whatever they do, they use the fists to fix or to deal with situations. Dictatorships, there's a lot of political decay, political intolerance. The opposition is always suppressed and is the main target of the ruling party, which means they fight each and everything which is a threat to power for them. So I want to give you an example of an MP who was then a minister called Fortune Chassi. Fortune Chassi became a threat to the dictatorship because he wanted to solve a problem they thought cannot be solved. That was the energy crisis. He said, for this country to move forward, let us fix the energy crisis. And he was ready to tackle the energy crisis in Zimbabwe. What happened next? The dictators felt that this man wanted to steal the limelight because everyone was now saying Chassi for president within ZANU-PF structures. Then they felt that this man, if he manages to deal with the energy crisis, what it means is we are done, we are gone. Everybody will say, Takurambai Madara Takuda Vapanava. then he was removed. That is how dictatorship works. So these are rulers. These are people who are in power for the sake of benefiting themselves. I'll give you an example. Starlink came to Zimbabwe and say, okay, let us work together. Let us provide you with the best internet, the fastest internet in the world. And the government said, no, we are reviewing your applications and blah, 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 blah. So Starlink has to wait. But who is benefiting? Starlink is getting into Zimbabwe as we speak right now. There is no way the government of Zimbabwe can stop Starlink from being used in Zimbabwe. There is no way they can do it. The only way is to make sure that they don't license it and make money out of it. How do they do so? The people who want Starlink will have to go to Zambia. Each and every 2 months, maybe they will need to go and renew their Starlink roaming services. So what these people do is that they come and they start to deal with Starlink sellers in Zambia. They start to sell Starlink kits right here in Zimbabwe for a in Zambia. Zambia get the Starlink kit, come back to Zimbabwe and sell it for $1,200. That is double profit. And you'll be paying over $100 for subscriptions to that same person each and every month. What does that mean? This means these people are going to make money and more money. If you sell 10 kits, it means you have a lot of money, more than 5,000 in profit. And given the demand, businesses want Starlink, individuals want Starlink, households want Starlink. What it means is they're going to make big bucks. Who loses? The people. Because the people of Zimbabwe, for them to get services, they get these services through taxes which are paid. And once taxes are paid, they can now take those taxes, go to service delivery, build schools, build roads, build hospitals. And once that money is not channeled into the government and is channeled into the pockets of individuals, it means there are no hospitals, there are no schools, there are no services provided. That is how they operate. So in Zimbabwe, how do we deal with this issue of dictatorship? Number one, we need to speak with one voice. We need to be united. In our diversity, we need to be united and speak with one voice and understand that our problem is dictatorship. So the first point is educating the masses. When the liberation struggle was fought, they educated the masses about the importance of the liberation struggle, about the challenges they will face for the sake of supporting the liberation struggle. That was very important. Education in each and everything is key. We need to educate each other about the importance of having change in the nation of Zimbabwe. You don't need to insult those who support ZANU-PF, but rather educate them, show them the way, show them why it's better for us to remove ZANU-PF and have a people-centered government. Make them understand. Once the majority start to understand, then they will start to partake in change activities. What it means is we will start to see our rural areas improving. We'll start to see our rural people starting to see things as they are. ZANU-PF survives on propaganda. Once we deal with that propaganda through educating the masses, then we are good to go. So that is point number one, which is very important and very significant in fighting dictatorship. Number two, we must make sure that we weed out corrupt elements within the struggle. We must make sure that the Shavangus of today, we must make sure that they do not partake in our daily politics, which means each and every citizen must be vigilant enough to be an intelligence officer. Make sure that each and every piece of information which is crucial is dished out publicly in time so that decisions are well made. So this is what we have for you in this episode. We'll continue talking about how best Zimbabwe can deal with the dictatorship, the way forward from dictatorship to democracy. The best way is for us, number one, to be educated. Number two, to be intelligent enough to investigate each and every person we are dealing with. Number three, we need to make sure that we all go and participate in electoral processes. And also, don't forget to share very important messages. Make sure everybody is getting the necessary information.